Welcome to Motivational Enhancement Unit 1, Group 4. This is from the QuickStart Guide for Recovery from Addiction and Co-Occurring Disorders by Dr. Dawn-Elise Snipes. In the last video, we talked about physical motivation. That is, how is this new behavior, how is recovery going to help you feel better physically? In this video, we're going to talk about how this new behavior, how recovery is going to make you feel better emotionally. We all want to be happy, don't we? Write down as many ways as you can think of how recovery is going to help you be happier, more curious, more excited about things and about life. Once you've done that, write in your journal ways the old behavior, whether it was using or depression or anxiety, how did those things make you feel bad emotionally? How did they contribute to you feeling bad? A lot of times we don't just have one emotion. So if you feel anxious, you also may feel depressed. If you feel depressed, you also may feel guilty. So there's a lot of times that we feel multiple emotions, and you want to recognize how one emotion triggers the other. Now, in the case of addictions, it's important to look at how that old behavior made you happy. What was it about the addiction that made you actually emotionally feel happy? Did it, give you euphoria? Some people, when they take certain substances, feel like they are less anxious and they're more relaxed and they can actually be themselves. How did it benefit you? And guess what? What are 3 alternate ways you could achieve that same goal without using? So if it helped you relax so you could be your true self, how else could you do that? Finally, think about ways that recovery might make you unhappy, at least in the short term. And it happens. No matter what we do, there are challenges in life. So there are times when we are going to feel unhappy, and we may not be able to numb it out with our addiction. We may not be able to make it go away right away. We have to deal with life on life's terms. So in the short term, recovery can make us feel unhappy for a brief period. However, once we get through that, over that hump, past that hurdle, a lot of times not only do we feel more relieved, but we can also be proud of ourselves for enduring the discomfort and doing the next right thing. When recovery starts to make you feel unhappy, when you want to use, when you want a rush, when you want to numb something out, what else can you do to deal with unpleasant feelings? Write down 3 ways of dealing with unpleasant feelings. Last but not least, think about ways that your emotions have caused addiction relapses in the past. Now, you've already probably started to think about that in the other videos, and that's awesome. But I really want you to drill down and think about how each emotion that you experience, anger, anxiety, depression, guilt, grief, resentment, jealousy, envy, how have each of those things caused addiction relapses for you in the past, and how can you deal with them in the present without using? And then how have other feelings like guilt and grief and resentment triggered anxiety or depression for you? Recognizing the interconnection between all of your emotions, as well as how emotions can trigger addiction relapses, is really important, because you need to be able to prepare for that. You're not going to have a happy day every day, especially not in early recovery. There are going to be some significant ups and downs with post-acute withdrawal. Recognize that. Be aware of it and embrace it and go, okay, I can do this. I know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel.